Connor's Crazy Countdown. Connor's Crazy Countdown.
Hey everyone, hello. Right, so first off, before I start, I've got a lot of things to say. I've got a timer going, just so I can try and keep this in a good setting. I had one try at this already and I got up to 16 minutes, so this shouldn't be too long of an episode. And I've got a script here so that I can keep it flowing and I can't stop. But then again, I did stop a few times because I realised I'd written a few things that were like, what? But anyways, let's go on. Right. Welcome to another Connor's Crazy Countdown with your host, me. This time I decided I would talk about films you may not have heard of or seen. Some people I know will have heard of these because otherwise I wouldn't have seen them. So let's get on with it. Might as well get started. Number 10. Now, number 10 is quite a strange one. RubaDubDub. Yes, I know this is a childish film, but when I was very young, I loved this to death, and it was full of so many nursery rhymes when I was younger. When I found it, it was on. When I found out it was on YouTube, thank you YouTube, I practically died. Yes. Even as an adult, it was still enjoyable to go back and watch this as it brings back so many good memories. If you have young children or you want good memories of the nursery rhymes you grew up singing, I highly recommend RubaDubDub. Really is. It's that good. Whatever else. Before I go on though, I'd like to say that the order of these is not based on how much I like the film or that, though the top 4 are my top 4 favourites, but it's basically based on maybe the knowability of the films, so maybe a lot more people will know RubaDubDub or whatever else. But anyways, on to number 9. Number 9 is Harry and the Hendersons. Again, another film I grew up watching, and yes, the effects are a bit old now, but when I watch it today, I still enjoy it as much as I did the first time I saw it. And it's a film about a family, the Hendersons, who end up acquiring Bigfoot, Harry, and the rest of the film is a mix of the comedy and drama as they try to keep Harry a secret. Truly love this film, and again, highly recommend it, Harry and the Hendersons. So, I feel a lot more people do know this film. It's basically one of the best portrayals of Bigfoot in a sense, so therefore it's maybe a more known film. But anyways, on to number 8. Now, number 8 is a film that you may have heard of, but it's a bit strange in a sense. Like, it's a film maybe I shouldn't be watching, but then again, it's just a film. Films are harmless in a sense, apart from maybe Saw and things like that. But anyways, number 8, A French Kiss. A film that probably sounds quite odd at first, but due to me having older siblings and a bigger family, it's a film I stumbled upon one day, and glad I did. I really enjoyed this, even if maybe I shouldn't from the title. I did not expect what I've got, a good funny comedy with Meg Ryan and Kevin Kline as the leads. It's a hit right from the start. Believe me, this film is so much more than just A French Kiss. It's a joy, and once again I really recommend it. I mean, really, right from the start, it had Meg Ryan on a plane panicking. I mean, how would you expect that going in for a film called French Kiss? I mean, Kevin Kline is hilarious in this, and Meg Ryan mixed to that, just brilliant. Anyways, number 7. Number 7 is The Red Kangaroo. Lo and behold, another film I grew up watching way back on VHS video, before DVD, so before you could download films and stream films and all that, there was a thing called a DVD. That's what all these things are. Hello, DVDs. But before that, there was videos, video cassettes. I actually still have a few videos. Do I have one? I know this is weird, me going back in time, but yeah, look. Well, this is a classic favourite of mine, but I won't really show what it is. But look at this. This here is a video. It's probably priceless today, but yeah, that's for other times. So I keep them because I have not yet found them on YouTube. Actually, I have found them, I think, but whatever. I'm not here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about number 7. So that was a video, and what a joy it was to. So glad I found it on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, again. You are a god to me. To be honest, there are a few parts in it I was not so fond of. And yeah, the effects today have aged terribly, but the music and a good part of the story are wonderful. The Bunyip song and Willy Wagtail are still stuck in my head to this day. In short, the story is about a little girl who goes missing and ends up in the care of a red kangaroo, who throughout the movie tries to get her back to her family. Seeing as it's on YouTube, I definitely recommend you see it. And just those songs, like, there's also a song about a platypus. Try making a song up about a platypus, but it talks about his real name, which is like a Rory, a Bori Borealis.
I'm an ornithorhynchus paradox.
Whatever, I don't know what it is. But then the Bunyip is Bigfoot, I think. Crazy that. And then Willy Wagtail is Kingfisher, and his song is so catchy. It's like diddly, 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 diddly. I might put in a clip here, but it's awesome. So I definitely want you to see that. On to number 6. Number 6 is The Water Babies. And before I go any further, my camera for some reason decides it's just going to shut off. So I'll get to a point where I maybe just stop. I just disappear basically. So I don't know how to sort that, But anyways, I think it happens around number 3 or 4, so get ready for it. But anyways, number 6 is Water Babies. Once again, a film that was from my childhood, and once again a film with a pretty aged effects. However, despite that, it's still a wonderful film, and I believe it is one of David Tomlinson's last film. So that's the dad in Mary Poppins, and he's also in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and he's in a lot more than that, I'm sure, but they're the main ones. The story is, when a 12-year-old chimney sweep is wrongfully blamed for being a thief, he makes a run for it with his dog Toby, and they end up jumping into a violent river. There they encounter a civilization of anthropomorphic underwater creatures. At this point, the film becomes animated, and it is a very exciting adventure from there, filled with fun and great catchy songs. Or a catchy song. There's one, I think there's maybe 2 songs in it, but the really catchy song is Hi, 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 cockalorum, we're on our way, we're on our way, we're on our way. And it's on YouTube now too, so I definitely think you should go and check it out. It's great, thank you. Right, on to number 5. And number 5 I have right here, Identity. So when I was younger, this was a film that is not really the scariest now, but when I was younger, the first time I saw this when I was younger, it was a scary thrill. Basically, a storm strands about 11 people in a motel between 2 flooded roads. There, one by one, crazy events happen. There is so much more to this story, but I do not wish to ruin anything. If you are going to check it out, I'll just say the ending is one of the most entertaining endings I have seen in a film. Watching this as I'm older, I'm not as scared, but I'm still very much entertained. It definitely is a classic. It's wonderful. It's got who is it? John Cusack in it. I mean, wow. And he's quite good in this. So yeah, definitely check it out. On to number 4 then. So we're down to the last 4 already. Isn't that crazy? We're not even at 10 minutes. Number 4 I also have here. So these are my top 4 films, whatever else. Number 4 is Waking Ned, and it's quite an interesting story. The film, first time I saw it a long time ago with my gran, and it was a film I had no idea what I was getting into, honestly. I thought it was something to do with Shaun of the Dead for some reason. No idea, because I heard Ned and I thought it was something to do with Dead. I have no idea why. Anyways, the film basically starts off with the lottery. That is the main feature throughout the film. Funny things happen though in this, and it was like watching Mr. Bean and Still Game. I love this film, and though it may seem like somewhat of an older film, its humour to me does not age. Give it a watch, and I think at least one thing in the film will make you laugh. It's really surprising this, because I did not expect what I got. Also noticed there's the price in that, and I have not opened it, but That's because it was on Netflix. If you believe that, it's on Netflix right now, I think. So I was watching it on there before I got this, but then I saw this and I was like, oh, I definitely want that. And the people in it maybe are not as famous as other people, but yeah. I mean, I could read what it says right here, but I don't really want to spoil what the whole surprise is to me. But the whole film is basically around something happens to him, and then they have to pose as him and whatever else. Right. So, on to number 3 then, and here is number 3, Mr. Holland's Opus, right? Here is a film that is probably a lot more known than a lot of the other films, but I still feel there are a good number of people out there that maybe don't know it, or know of it, know of this, whatever. Wait a minute, what am I saying? What can I say about this anyways? This is, other than it's a work of art, it's magical, a wonderful journey, basically along a similar basis to Forrest Gump, because it goes through Richard Dreyfuss' life, or Glenn, not Richard Dreyfuss, what am I talking about? That's who made it. That's who the guy is playing Glenn Holland. Oh, dumb me. So Glenn Holland is a talented musician and composer who has been relatively successful in the exhausting life of a professional musical performer. However, in an attempt to enjoy more free time with his young wife Iris, and to enable him to compose a piece of orchestral music, the 30-year-old Holland accepts a teaching position at John F. Kennedy High School. The rest of the film, you go through the ups and downs of his life. I did not expect to like this film, but I don't know, the first few minutes grabbed me, and I never stopped loving this film. Like with Identity, the ending is wonderful. If you find a way to watch it, please do so. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I mean, I can get it on DVD, so can you, or you can find another way to watch it. But anyways, on to number 2. So, I don't know if the camera stopped by this point. Yeah, the camera stopped without telling me, basically. So I don't know when it stopped. But anyways, number 2, Freddy as FRO7. So I don't have that here, but wow. This film means so much to me. Once again, here is a film I don't think many people have heard of it. It is very dear to my heart though. I love this film, and when videos stopped working, VHS again, I was shattered that I couldn't see it anymore. However, thanks to YouTube, yes, YouTube, I was reunited with this awesome film. Granted, this film is strange. Basically, it consists of a young prince who is due to be king. However, his evil aunt does not want that to happen. With her powers, she turns him into a frog. Throughout the rest of the film, Freddy the Frog tries with the help from some friends to stop his aunt. Those friends consist of a Scottish man, a Loch Ness monster, and a feisty lady named Daffers, who is a martial arts expert. And did you know Freddy is voiced by Ben Kingsley? Wow! My favourite part of this film is the fight scene. Over it, a song called Lay Down Your Arms by Asia is played. Now, I mentioned this in a video, I think it was Geometry Dash or something. I might have played it over it, because I played We Can Make the World Stop by Glitch Mob, and I think I also played Lay Down Your Arms. It's an incredible song. It's really catchy, upbeat. I've heard of the band Asia. They were a bit big way back whenever, but wow, that song makes that scene just awesome. It's like, lay down your arms, surrender. There's a few other songs in it too though, but it's really good. Anyways, I've talked enough about this film. Like I said, it is on YouTube, so definitely give it a watch. I highly recommend it more than you can ever know. I love it. There's drama, there's excitement, there's action, there's comedy, everything. Right then, last one. Number 1. Finally, the last amazing film you may not have ever heard of. I really don't think many people have heard of this, because anybody I've talked to about, they're like, what is that? But it is gold. It is fantastic, amazing, brilliant, whatever else. And the film is Three Fugitives. Hilarious, incredible, side-splittingly funny, and a good cast. And here it is here. And who would have thought, if you put Martin Short with Nick Nolte together, other way around, but Martin Short with Nick Nolte together, and also James Earl Jones, I mean, come on, that you would get this gold of a movie. The plot of this story is Nick Nolte has just been released from prison after staging many robberies. His first place he goes after he is free is a bank, not to rob it, but just to get money. However, Martin Short is there to steal money, only he's not very good at it. I really don't want to say too much more about it, as it is one of the films, out of all the films I've talked about, I definitely want you to see. You really need to watch. We all know how funny Martin Short can be, but to see him at one of his best here, and I think one of his very first roles, and you may agree with how funny it is after you see it, but and it's not just him. Nick Nolte is incredibly funny too. Did I also mention there is a hysterical vet? I think he has Alzheimer's or something. He's not very good at remembering things. I just love this film. Just when you think you've finished laughing, another hilarious thing happens. Really, it does. First time I saw it, the film, I was not expecting what I got. But really, I should say, I think Fugitives is my favourite movie of all time. I have seen it so many times, and even today I still laugh out loud at the silly going-ons of Martin Short and Nick Nolte. I really... Like I said, Freddie, and I said this and that, and I want you to see all these films. I really do. Give them more attention, please. But this film right here, even as I look on the back, it's like... and that's his daughter, if you were wondering who the little girl is, if you can see it. So we got Martin Short, little girl, and Nick Nolte. But I definitely recommend these free, and for Freddie... FR07, but definitely recommend these. I know you probably can't see them because of the quality, but I'll put a picture in these or whatever it is. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm away now to probably watch some of these, and I hope you are too. Until next time though, bye!